everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're playing some more Asgard's Fall, and there was a pretty big update today. A lot of balance changes, as well as this, which I wasn't going to start the video on the screen, but here we are. They're adding cloud save, thankfully, and they are doing it in a safe way. That's why they're taking so long to do it. But that way you don't lose your save if you're playing on two devices. So if you're like a Steam Deck enjoyer and on your PC, switch back and forth like I do, this is going to be sweet. Anyway, let's jump into the game. I guess, you know what? Before that, I'm going to go over the patch notes real quick. All right, so update 0.2.0.e. A patch fit for the gods, I guess. Whatever. So what have they done? They've added rebinds for keys, which is nice. Confirmation pop-up for closing the game. That's pretty good, so you don't accidentally close out. There's now a 150% move speed cap, which is really interesting because that was like the best defensive strategy in the game. And now there's going to be times where you are not going to be fast enough to dodge everything. Interesting. Inventory can now be accessed inside the Warpaint hut, but it's not the Warpaint system update that we're looking for. This is just like a temporary thing to make the game better. Increased chance for higher tier stats, like tier... as far as I know, there's only tier 3 on Epic and Legendary Warpaint, so that's good. More drop chance. Less required hero XP on level up by 20%. That's nice. The talent grind was kind of brutal. Decreased base enemy scaling curve. I have no, like 30% of what, right? Hard to say what that is. They nerfed Muspelheim, and a bunch of skills, the damage went up by quite a bit. Also, the Sigil of Elements and Rune of War overall damage increased by a lot. Really, this way, increased base damage of Raid Party by double. Sharp Thorns by 25, which is way over double. Wolf Companion to 110 from 55. Homing Arrow to 140 from 90. Ride the Valkyries was a 9-second cooldown. Now it's a 6 at start, and it deals double the damage. That's crazy. Firewolf's Fury, almost double damage, a little over double damage, and you get 3 wolves instead of 1 baseline. Insane. Molten Trap buffed. Storm Piercer buffed. Hellstrom buffed. Ridiculous. Temporarily remove the pigment inventory screen. Temporarily remove Muspelheim Fire Rain. Okay, and they fixed some stuff up here, but I'm not going to go over that. All right, so that all looks pretty cool. Let's get back to the game. Let's see, did we get any free levels for what we did? No, I'm still the same here. 15, 10, 14. Yeah, I think that's still all the same levels, unfortunately. So I guess it's only future XP. All right, let's look at the Warpaint hut. Okay, we have our inventory here. Oh yeah, I see your like current inventory of how many resources you have that was normally over here is gone. But this is a decent little solution before like temporarily overhauling it. Like in the future, it's gonna show what your stats are, so it doesn't have that right now, which kind of sucks, but it is fine. It is what it is. What I wanted to look at, I wanted to see if we go over to the upgraded rune here, your total damage increased by 25% for each different type of element active on your skills. That's absurd. That is so much. And it takes a little X worth of space, so we need to find a spot for that. Dash cooldown can probably just go. And then I just have to readjust stuff here to make this work. It's not the easiest thing to do to make everything fit. I just put it back in the same spot because, you know, why not? And then this is going to interfere with the other one. But here, what do we do? Oh, man. Okay, well, it puts it there. So at least it's easier to navigate in the sense of, like, you know where stuff went. Well, it doesn't fit there either. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna figure this out. Okay, I fit it in. Sigil of Elements is here. So what I'm gonna do for this run today is we're gonna switch over to the warrior, because I like him, and he got buffed a little bit. The raid party does like double damage it did before. So for this, I think what we want to do is I don't like reduce reroll costs at all. We just up enemy damage and whatnot, and just like lower reroll costs a little bit. Enemy damage up, enemy attack speed seems like the most brutal thing. Projectile speed can go up, I don't really care. This is the hardest thing. We're gonna play at 45. But we'll probably just, you know what? Maybe we'll just go to Muspelheim. Let's just see how difficult it is. Why not? It'll be fine, I'm sure. Plus we got our warrior powers. All right, so we also want to mix all of our elements, and I need to pull up my cheat sheet that has all of the combinations, which I believe Ember Axe is one of them. That's kind of good. Although I kind of want to take the ride because like it just got a buff, so it kind of makes sense to me to try that out. Let's do that. I think that's fair, and I have my cheat thing up. All right, so this is physical. It's fine. 14% attack speed is probably good enough to start with. So, apparently, defensive stats were buffed to make up for the movement speed being pretty bad. Well, the raid party is kind of crazy. So that's nice. Let's see. We could go fire aura here. I do have all my skill slots, so like I can do whatever I want to. Sure. And we just want to mix and match everything, which is really cool that that's buffed. I was wondering about it when we first saw that rune because it was just like worse than the others. 10% bleed chance is insane. If you get the bleed knot, it goes crazy. The one that makes them explode if they're bleeding. It's very good. But I was wondering about the elemental rune slot. It feels like it wasn't doing enough damage. Like the math didn't work out on it, right? Oh, ballista and pulse is a thing I enjoy. I mean, I'm a huge flame-bound leech person, but I think this is fine. And then, oh, we're gonna be one element short because I took too many physical things. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, it ends up being what, 100% damage? Physical, lightning, ice, fire. That's pretty powerful for one rune. I mean, in this case, it'll be 75%, but for 5 squares, I could spare 5 squares. Status effects duration up is not terrible, admittedly. I'm gonna throw it here though, because this is like a higher rune powered spot. And I don't believe that the, like, I don't believe that we need the other thing just yet. All right, so we want a cold or lightning skill. No, we want a cold skill. If we get a cold skill plus pulse, we have everything. So maybe if I'm just not stupid, this will be fine. Leviathan Axe didn't really get buffed. Let's roll a little bit. All right, this is awesome. But I want to lock in our thing. So we get pulse. Now we get a cold skill, and we have everything. I don't know what I was talking about. Look, sometimes you're just dumb. Okay, so they nerfed the damage of the slimes, which is kind of cool. I guess. I don't know. I don't know that matters. Let's be real. Damage healing status effects no longer deal damage over time, but instead deal damage instantly. Okay, well, you know what? I guess we're going down that path, so status effects are important. I mean, it really just depends on what you're doing, right? Let's see. Can we, like, look at defensive stuff? HP regen 3 is still 1.95. I think that's the same. You have 25% armor, though. And my damage scales with my armor. Because I'm a warrior, so that's kind of nice. Ballista pierces up is not what we're after. Would also take a cold ability. I think it's probably just fine to lock in Leviathan Ice through here. It's 25% damage right now, which is absurd. I don't know that's my favorite spell, if I'm being honest. It's very God of War, right? But it's like also not. I don't know. It's probably good against bosses. I feel like I haven't spent enough time in the game yet to know what else like the best stuff, right? I would love a 3-piece right here. +2 dash amount. Wait. Are you telling me this was just bugged before? I think that's what they're telling me. So it was always supposed to be 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash. Welp. Dashing got better. Oh, that means the dash seer is like a real thing. Big pulse upgrade. We're kind of feel really strong for for blood 45. Crit strike is nice, but I'm gonna be a little greedier. That's probably good enough. Let's throw this here. Get that other one active. I want some more like status effect chance, like bleed or fire chance. Oh, also, doesn't that make fire aura a lot better by dealing the dot damage instantly? That seems like it would be very powerful in theory. I will reduce the cooldown of pulse again. As much as I want more Valkyries to ride, I guess we just can't do that. I don't know. Berserker's Fury is a powerful ability. I'm gonna put it here. I know I said that's like a more priority spot, but at the same time, who knows? I'm curious too what like loot we're gonna get from after this, right? If the chance of better runes dropping is a thing, and they have improved like chances of higher tier stuff and defensive stats were buffed, that could all lead to a lot of power. Now I know at like the max difficulty of the game, there's like a no-hit thing going on, which I think is ass. I'm not a fan. That should not be part of the main difficulty. I like that it's an option, right? But it should not. That should be like a separate game mode. I mentioned it on the stream this past weekend that like, generally speaking, anything that's trying to get you to do a no-hit run in literally every game should be optional, not forced upon you, for sure. Can I get a 3 rune thing, please? Maybe? No? Well, fuck me, I guess. I mean, to be fair, I am allowed to just put this right here, though. This is being a little greedy about my stuff. Honestly, kind of just doing fine. Like, we're halfway to our evolved ability. Our damage feels outrageous. Like, getting 100% extra damage out the gate seems disgusting. Let me see here. Cold damage. That's terrible. That's so bad. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna use it as an enabler. Maybe the biggest reason to not stick to one damage type is you seem to get a mix of things. I don't know how it's determined. I'll take that. I don't know how exactly it's determined, but I've played enough now to realize that, like, just from my own personal experience, if you are like all fire abilities plus your base physical ability, you're just gonna get fire and physical damage up, so you're not gonna see these. So when you start mixing stuff, it's a problem. Lightning damage has a 3% chance to cause a chain lightning, hitting up to 5 times, cannot trigger itself. I mean, sure. The skulls. Oh, also, I think the fire rain got turned off, I believe, is what I read. I'm pretty sure I read that right as we were starting the video. So, oh, my memory, it's gone. It's gone forever. Ballista? Yeah, see, this is better, but the other one gets me to my evolution faster. I mean, honestly, right now, I don't think there's much incentive to, like, really push too hard as far as difficulty goes. Dash amount 1? Wait. Dash amount 1 to... Okay, so I don't understand. That's what just happened. I have no clue how this works. Whatever. So the dash amount is also a variable. Maybe it was always supposed to be a variable, but it was turned off to be just 1 no matter what. So now you can roll dash 1, 2, or 3, and then rune 1, 2, or 3. I think that would make sense if that was the case. I'm going to take that upgrade for Pulse. Like, I've put enough into it that's still going to be our, like, main damaging ability with the evolution. And 40% more damage is not a lot to joke at. I feel like Fire Aura got a lot better from... Maybe it's this. Actually, it might be these two combined. It's just a really good synergy. I'll take more armor, honestly. We scale off of our armor with 38%. We hit like 2... I think it's 2 damage, 2% damage every 1% armor. It might be reversed, though. I will have to check that after the run. But I don't... Either way... I mean, if it's 2 to 1, like 2 armor to 1 damage, that's meh. If it's 1 armor to 2 damage, it's like very, very strong. So we'll see. I'll just click Ballista. It's fine. It's for the greater good, as they say. Not sure who says for the greater good anymore, but I'm sure there's a comic book somewhere. I will take attack speed. Just like drop it in. We need flat damage. That's what I'm missing right now. We have all this percent damage and we don't have really any flat damage in our web, which is not great. All right, there's a Ballista. We hit a forged ability super easy early. So this ability got its damage increased from 90 base to 200. So yeah, that's a lot. It's fire and balls too. We appreciate that. We like the lightning balls, so pretty strong. You know what? I'll take this one. Why have 2 when you could have 6? Hello. Hello. 15% movement speed. Not bad. Even though there's a cap now, I still want to be at the cap, right? Like, I don't want to be chilling at 75 movement speed towards the end of the run. Not something I'm really interested in. This isn't like a relevant amount of damage, I feel like. This could be. We could do better. Adding another Ballista is probably just the best thing, though. Just more quantity is so powerful. Did I miss the first mass suck? I think I did. Rejuvenating Flame, 20... Oh, well, I just talked about this. Throw that right there. Pretty sick. All right, damage up for Ballista, too. I mentioned this in the Discord, but I do think it would be really cool if you could... let's put this here. If you could level up your fused abilities. And I feel like that's something that's going to happen at some point, because, you know, they're talking about how it's a little underwhelming at times, right? If you compare it to something like Vampire Survivors, or, you know, games that go pretty close off of that, where whenever you fuse 2 abilities, they become significantly stronger versions of what they previously were. I don't think that can happen here because, one, you're not losing your original abilities. You're just adding a new ability. But if you just added a new ability instead of taking 2 away and like replacing it with 1, you can't have it be so strong, right? So maybe a way to level up would be a little spicy. I don't know. I'm just feel like it needs a little something. I'm gonna put this right here because we desperately need flat damage. Like, it's gonna increase our damage a lot. And it kind of already has. So now what I've been doing isn't really the best way to go about damage either. Like, you want crit strike and crit molt. As in all games with these stats, generally the way to do the most damage is crit molt. Right. Ability size up. Their fire aura. We love it. Love to see it. Yeah, I'm a big believer in the elemental sigil. Now, I will say when you're like cranked out to max difficulty, or, you know, the very top end of the blood grind or whatever, you only have 3 ability slots. So you need to be very specific with what you're taking. I will take 7% odd chance. Like, you start with your base ability, right? So then you need a fire, a lightning, and a cold ability to make it work. So you'd have to figure out what matches to make that happen. Let's see how this is gonna go. I assume fine. Our single target's probably not incredible. He's dying relatively fast for not having any of the, like, the scaling damage stuff. Ow. Okay, well, maybe I shouldn't just get hit by everything. There's a lot of stuff on the screen, though, in my defense. Give me your runes. Big ol' rock golem, man. I mean, yeah, I don't really have any lifesteal or anything, right? Like, we're living on level ups and golden apples at the moment, so we'll have to see. Ooh, give me 9. Give me 9 of them. We're gonna play our own game of Quidditch. We're gonna catch that stitch. I don't know what it's called. I'll be honest, I don't remember what it's called. It's kind of funny if it's something like snitch, I feel like. And if it is called catching the snitch, that's like kind of fucked up, I feel like. But, you know. It's Harry Potter. As the clip goes, they used owls for mail service when they can teleport. It's kind of fucked up. The world's kind of messed up. They do be riding those broomsticks, though. I just don't think, like, the numbers on this doesn't seem right. For this being this fast now. I understand it's diminishing returns type thing. Yeah, I'll take more ability size on our fire aura. It's gonna help for the final boss, right? Because for this area, it's been several days since I beat this guy. He like sits at the top of the screen, right? So I actually have to pay attention. How did they expect me to do that? Oh, blood frenzy. Well, that's ridiculous. 9. We need a 9er. That's a 12. Okay. So grab this suck. There's a suck every 4 minutes. I was aware, but I appreciate everyone who mentioned it in the comments of like the last video. Oh, 10% more bleed chance. It's actually kind of good. Just put it here. So yeah, you get a sucky every 4 minutes. it does disappear. I didn't know how fast it disappeared. Apparently it's 25 to 30-ish seconds, which is important to know because that means if you miss it when you're like running around and you don't see it pop up near you, because it'll show up on your minimap, but you can run away from it. And if you run away from it, you're just not going to get it. And just due to the nature of the game, especially at the beginning when you're like picking up the shrines, you're kind of instant. That's fucked up. That's 4 more ballista. Due to the nature of the game, there's just going to be XP all over the place. I'm kind of surprised XP pickup. You know what? I just realized it is a stat, isn't it? Yeah, it's on gear. I was gonna say I'm kind of surprised XP pickup range isn't a stat, but I just realized it's like no, it is a stat. It's just not a stat in the web. I think this game has so much potential because of like the web and stuff like that. I don't really care about this though. Let me go. I don't care about rejuvenating flame either. Elemental harmony is insane. In the membrane. I just want to activate it. This is a 9. Yeah, it's fine. Be 9 no matter what. Wait. Okay, so I thought about it. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, right? So bleeding and fire doesn't actually... I mean, I guess it's still a buff. Okay, sure, I'll take 12. So bleeding and fire don't stay on enemies, they just explode because of the other room we have. So we can only apply chill and shock, which is still really good. And we still get the attack speed from it, but the amount of enemies that are actually going to be, like, having our debuffs on them is significantly reduced from what I was thinking of when I took it. But it be what it be, you know. Hand of Blood, that is on the menu. But it's gonna go right here. And we're gonna see the damage numbers at the end that Hand of Blood did some work. There is a noticeable amount more, like, higher tier runes dropping as well, I think. Obviously RNG is RNG, right? But we're here for it. Oh, 0.1 second cooldown. Okay, see, this is where I'm built different, right? So the 0.2 second cooldown on the ball lightning, too much for me. The 0.1 second cooldown on the Valkyrie, immediate purchase. Like, I don't... Am I dumb? Am I just dumb? Is that the answer here? I think the answer might be yes. Ooh, 20% attack speed is kind of juicy. Just go here. You just go there. We're just gonna have a good time. I feel like there should be a 15-minute boss. You know? I think the more I think about it, there needs to be, maybe not a boss, like you don't have to pull us into arena or something, but there should be like some big elite or something. I think if this game was to look at like 20 minutes till dawn and be like, hey, we should take the bosses at 5, 10, and 15 and have like, you know, you just have like elites at 5 and 15 and the boss. I'm going to take this because more Valkyries, but I think if it was to take that and look at those elites and then those like special books that the elites drop, and add something a little spicier to your character or whatever, that would be really cool. And the fact of this game is that, you know, a 0.2 version, right? It's not close to release of any kind. I'll take lightning damage. It's fine. means they're willing to spend time. That's a lot. What the hell? What is this? When did these start dropping? Did I just not know about that? Okay, I'm gonna take this for now, but apparently I can take some resources. Yeah, I think this game has better bones than a lot of games in this genre. It might have my favorite bones outside of any game not named Death Must Die. The power. Okay, so you just put it here, and then we could fill up this spot. We're kind of good. Works for me. Hey, obviously, Halls of Torment is fantastic, but it has limited, like, of what it can do. I feel like. This just feels like it could go forever. Like a gear system already in, characters. Just keep adding more characters. There's already a bunch of maps to go. I mean, they've got a good blueprint from all the other games that have done it before them now. I think this art style helps. It's really nice. Okay. 60% damage is too much not to take, I think. I do think the ride, the Valkyrie, what it is Valkyrie, right? Valkyrie sounds stupid. Valkyrie is the YouTuber. It's all these things jumbled in my head is making it very difficult for me. All right, I just need a decent 2. That's actually totally fine. Knot of Power is active. 10% more shock chance. I mean, you want shock permanently active on the bosses anyway, so that makes sense. It's also good against regular enemies. See if I am not goofy and don't accidentally die on the boss because I've, you know, get hit by all of his shenanigans. And I've taken no extra HP and no lifesteal. We do have, you know, some good stuff. Okay, I will... Oh, this is pretty neat, but it's a lot of damage. It would seem as though lowering enemy attack speed has made it so that we don't get hit a lot. Seems kind of powerful. Maybe enemy attack speed is the most powerful stat. Or like the last one you should level up. He says as he walks into the firewall. Increased fire damage. Huh. 22% fire damage. The only fire stuff we do is on the aura. I don't think we take that. I'm kind of, yeah. Critical strikes have a chance to trigger. See, I didn't build crit. Like, we have 5% crit chance. It's not very good. About lightning can just overload. 3. This is a 9. So this is a lower spot. Sure. I mean, Storm Piercer is a lightning ability, so it can double cast. Obviously, our big yellow balls can double cast. Man, just having big yellow balls in the game makes my job so much easier because I could just talk about balls all day. Everyone loves it. Speaking of balls, I can't believe Baldur's Gate 3 dropped its final update. Now I need to give it another playthrough. Getting a the two sword caster classes is kind of insane. Like the singer, the blade singer, and the one for warlock that I can't think of the name of right now. I'll take Eternal Treasure. That seems good. The other sword class, I keep saying like Pact of the Blade, but it's not a pact, it's the literal class. I don't know why my brain decided to stop working, but man, that game has so much to it. It just takes so much time when you're playing other stuff too. All right, Surtur, just stay there. Let me insert about 10,000 arrows into you. He died very quickly. Wow. Oh, more loot. Normally it's only like 2. Well, look at us swing. We're going. Someone else mentioned that you notice there's a sucky on the field right now. It's because it's after 20 minutes. Oh, levels. We got a bunch of stuff here. Ballista at 31 million. Bleeding at 19. Can I just say again? Bleeding at 19. Broken. Okay, a lot of these things didn't really do a lot, right? Like, they're just here. But this is nuts. All right, so let's look at a couple things. First of all, talent tree. We get a revive with this character. We have 2 more. Increase the size of thorns. I can, Bloodthirst, this seems kind of nice. Damage increased by 2% for every 1 armor you have. Yeah, that's pretty good. I guess I could just take this and this, but, this guy's mostly, like, just jacked out. He's almost finished. Meanwhile, we can... Oh, these are all new, and it shows which ones are new. That's such a nice quality of life feature. All right, let's look at the, like, the legendary ones at least. Tier 1, Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 2. That's not bad. A Tier 3 and 3 Tier 1s. A Tier 2, a Tier 1, Tier 1, Tier 1. Tier 2, Tier 1, Tier 3, Tier 1. Aura Trap Lightning stuff. This one's 3 Tier 2s. That's not bad. 3 Tier 1s. I'm immediately just selling it out of spite. So yeah, oh, this is Tier 3, a Tier 2, and Tier 1. It seems like it's a little bit better, right? But not significantly rare. Obviously, it's just random, right? Like, you don't know what you're going to get. But overall, we got significantly more runes for 1 run. And a fair bit of them had multiple, like, this is a Tier 2, Tier 2, Tier 3 rune. Aura damage, lightning damage, and ignite chance. That's pretty good. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the changes. I'm looking forward to the upgraded Warpaint, like, screen and inventory to, like, fix all this and make it a little more manageable. And maybe this is, like, sortable by some type of stat. That would be really cool. And obviously, I think balance-wise, some stuff needs some changes. But, I mean, we're just 45 just got finished. Can probably upgrade these. I think you just keep enemy attack speed lowered, you're kind of fine. And then we're just gonna get more stuff as we go. But anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying the Asgard's Fall content. It's gonna continue until next week sometime-ish. I don't know. There's gonna be a few more videos before we switch back to Death Must Die for the Act 3 patch, so I'm super excited for that. Anyways, again, hope you guys liked the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Have a wonderful day. Jeff out. Bye.